somehow, despite everything, we find ourselves exactly back at square one. So what kind of call are you waiting for? Oh, you know, the thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Don't worry about it, dear. I'm sure it'll all work out fine. I think. A nice hike will help you take your mind off it. I'm sure it will once I get back to actually hiking. Instead, I find myself all the way up in the sky again. But you know what? It's nice to be back into the groove of things. It's actually been a little bit of time since the last time I played a short hike. So this is kind of a nice little like dip back into something more relaxing to do between all the stress of life and all the typical boring adult stuff. I feel like I need to bore you guys with the constant like boring adult talk and stuff like that, especially when we're playing such a lovely game such as this. I don't know if it's just me, and I don't know if I'm just that miserable of a person, but whenever I find myself in a like particularly peaceful environment, that's when my brain really starts to like go ham on the like, all right, what's every single wrong thing going on in your life right now? Let's process it. This is the perfect time to start processing things. I sincerely wish it wouldn't do that, but alas, it keeps happening. I wonder if I have enough feathers to get to the top here. Doesn't seem like it, so I'm going back down. Ooh, I do see a flower up there that I want to take care of. All I need really quick is my bucket. There we go. We'll grab one of these buckets. Maybe we'll take care of the fish thing later. But first things first, I just want to try and get up there. And I should be able to... Oh no, can I not climb with a bucket in my hand? Oh, well, kind of. But I can come up here, water this plant, and bam. That should allow me to actually get up here properly. I absolutely adore the music here. I also see another one of those flowers over there. I'm not exactly sure what... I mean, obviously the goal of this game is to do the hike, get all the way up to Hawk Peak. But I also just find myself enjoying this exploring. I don't know if I'm going to get every single shiny item and every single treasure along the way, but I definitely will try my best to just see as much as possible before we reach the very top. I mean, okay, to be fair, I'm pretty sure all of us has heard the saying before. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And by goodness, is this journey just absolutely delightful. Look at these people, they're just absolutely booking it, but somehow I'm still faster. Man, I am not that fast. I have never been the speedy kind. I know when it came to the last episode, I talked a little bit about my history with sports. Honestly, although I was a very active kid growing up, I wasn't really sporty, if it makes sense. If anything, I found myself struggling quite a bit. Speaking of, where am I now? This is the Hawk Peak Trail. And then downwards is Good Creek Path. So as we get up, it's going to get progressively colder and colder, I can only assume. Or perhaps we could head all the way over to this side and see what this spot has to offer. I was never really good at sports, if I'm totally honest with myself. I found myself really struggling, mostly when it came to like the nerves of it all. My nerves will always get to me in almost, honestly, any situation that I would do, especially when related to sports. Oh gosh, I don't know how I made it, but I made it. That being said, my feathers are now frozen and I don't think they're going to come back. Yeah, I wasted all my feathers and now I'm kind of stuck up here. Shoot. Oh, wait. No. We managed to get back to a slightly warmer spot. Now this is really cold again. Hi, you. Oh, look at you guys. Oh, hey. It seems like you really gotten the hang of climbing. Yeah. Hey, I think I'm stuck. Tim, it's too high. What have I done? I can't do this. Tim! Take a deep breath. Try and remain calm. You're doing great. And you know you can handle this. Can I? What am I doing? Just focus on the next step. You've got this. I've got this? I've got this. I'm rooting for you, little buddy. I'm sure you can make it. Up, wait, no. Up, wait, yes. Oh gosh, he is slowly going down, but you know what? I say catch your breath and try again, honestly. So honestly, I struggled a lot when it came to, I suppose, like really getting myself out there. Even though, yes, I was an active kid, I had a really hard time taking a liking to I guess any sport, really. I tried a lot of sports, mostly just due to by proxy. Hi. Hold on there, young friend. I hope you don't mind me saying, but you seem a little unprepared. Mighty cold up here for folks who are accustomed. I didn't expect it to get this cold. My feathers are freezing up. Hog Peak is unique in the province for this geothermal activity. If you get too chilly, stop at one of the hot springs. That should give you back your strength. Thanks. What if I stand next to the fire? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's not put out this fire. That one's very much needed. I suppose this might come off as a bit depressing, but just in general, I really struggle to, like, I guess, shine in any scenario, really. I feel like as a whole, I just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I put myself out there, at least to the best of my abilities, but it never really seemed to be quite enough for the people around me. I wanted to pursue sports, but because I wasn't really, like, I guess, inherently good at the sports I did, no one really seemed to care. I'm sure there's a lot of perspective that can be said about that. Ah, shoot. No, feathers froze over. Might need to go back down. I don't know if I want to climb Hawk Peak Trail just yet. This seems like a bit final and it's making me a bit nervous, honestly. Besides, I owe some people some races and other stuff, and I want to see more of what this place has to offer before I seal my fate, per se. Although I must say, the music here is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, as long as we're flying around, we can get an absolutely beautiful look at what Hawk Peak Trails has in store for us. And I don't think that too much is a bad idea. Perhaps it was just the way I grew up. Perhaps it was just the way my community was. To put it nicely, the way I grew up and the people I was surrounded by were very much all or nothing kind of people. And their influence very heavily weighs on me, even to this day. I find myself deeply struggling with that kind of mindset mostly because in my position, while yes, there was a lot of things that I was passionate about, curious about, and wanted to do and try, none of it really mattered because I wasn't inherently good at it. And sports was definitely one of those things that tend to be at the forefront, I want to say. Because I wasn't inherently good at sports, people didn't really bother. If I wasn't going to be brave enough to do sports and wasn't inherently good at doing a lot of the sports at hand, there's no point in me trying. And even though, yes, I was an athletic kid, I just wasn't really, like, I guess, physically up to the task. Like, for those of you who do not know, volleyball usually requires you to be a pretty tall person. And I am not a pretty tall person. Quite the opposite, in fact. So volleyball was kind of out of the question. But the same could be said for things like basketball and soccer and all these other kind of sports. There are certain requirements that need to be met first. Requirements that I unfortunately just did not meet. It's not really anyone's fault in particular, I think. I don't think anyone meant, like, legitimate harm in that kind of mindset. But it definitely rubbed off on me, and I definitely still feel the effects of it to this day. I know in the last episode I talked a lot about, like, my sketchbook and my art, and that was definitely one thing as well. I struggled a lot when it came to, like, creative stuff because, well, yes, I definitely had a desire to be creative and wanted to be creative. I was also kind of not really good at it. No one really cared what I drew, or no one really cared about what I sung about. It didn't matter. Hey. Ah! Yes, this setup is 100% legal. Yes, I have a valid camping permit. Wait. Fine, you got me. Hold on. I lost it. I'm a terrible liar. I'm a mess. Please don't write me up. I can bribe you. You found a bait. ... Did you really just hand me a fistful of worms? It's fishing bait. I'm desperate. What would you do? Well, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna tell anyone. Wait, really? Aren't you a junior ranger? Nope. My aunt's a ranger, but I don't work for her. Oh, well, you won't tell, right? Nah. Good. I guess. You can keep the bait. Thanks. You hang in there, buddy. You seem to be going through it. I'm not quite sure where I ended up, but it's pretty dense in the foliage here. To kind of jump back to the previous subject, at least for a little while longer, Well, yes, I definitely had a lot of like, I guess you could say like dreams and passions and all the other kind of like stuff per se. I had a hard time really finding value in my work because no one else really seemed to find value in my work. And no one really had the time nor patience to really put up with me growing and improving. And it always felt really frustrating because like people would always tell me that like, well, you just got to put yourself out there. You just got to apply yourself. You just got to try. And in my eyes, yeah, I did try. I tried a lot. I tried auditioning for various singing roles. I tried showing my art to people. I tried a lot of things, but it never really worked. Nothing ever really stuck. If I'm totally honest, I'm not super sure where I'm going with this story. I don't really think I have any like deeper meanings that I could tell you and like advice that I could glean from this. It's just kind of a slice of my life, I suppose. I'm not even sure what to call it. I do like this little watch point tower though. It's really pretty. Hey, I found another golden feather. I really should head back to that girl at some point, but I legitimately do not know where she is now. There is a whole bunch of money down that path, and there's a lighthouse. Have I gone to that lighthouse yet? Well, maybe today will be the day that I go to that lighthouse. It's over this way, and then we'll make a sharp turn once it's more clearly in view. There we go. And then we dive! Oh gosh, maybe not like that. Oh, bird or not bird, falling a great height, this feels nerve-wracking. I don't really think I'm supposed to be climbing the lighthouse, but I really want to see what's up here. Oh, I'm not entirely wrong for my feelings. Ah, dang it. I maybe need another feather in order to get that, or at least one more gold feather for good measure. Speaking of, I do have a fairly decent amount of money, so it's not impossible. Oh, hey, it's you. You said you were going to move towards the lighthouse, and here you are. Hey, it's you again. Yep. Classic me again. So, what do you think about this so far? ... Whoa. This is really good. It's like better than real life. Well, I don't think I can compete with real life. But I am happy with it so far. ... I don't know if it will fit into my exhibit though. I'm trying to come up with something more interesting. I'm gonna follow one of the rivers up to its source. I have an idea for a painting from that perspective. Oh, how bizarrely fitting. Oh, also speaking of, there's that elusive other golden feather. Maybe now I can go back to the top of that lighthouse and see what's actually up there. And also with these feathers, probably getting up to the top of Hawk Peak is probably a lot more feasible if I have to admit. I don't mean to be all like, I guess doom and gloom per se. It's not my intention to come off that way with this whole story. I feel like I'm not sure if I'm making like total sense with this story even to begin with. It's, as I said before, there's something very specific about these kind of games that really gets like my head kind of in that headspace. Neither negative nor positive, just kind of thinking about life and how I feel about my life and the life of the characters in the game. It really gets me wondering. I do genuinely feel like, however, despite everything, I would really like to do something more with like my, I guess, abilities per se, if you can call it that. I'd like to sing more at some point. I'd like to do more art. I'd like to, I guess, show what I could do. I know it's easier said than done, and by all means, I still will have to apply myself, but I don't know. I guess I haven't really quite given up on me yet. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's not so much a good thing. I don't know. When it comes to like, I guess, life as a whole, I've always been one that could be considered a dreamer. I never really found myself really like agreeing with like, I guess, the mundane life per se. Although there is a part of me that does want that, but it's more so that like I want it in a way that like I do want a life that's stable and happy, and I want something that I could be proud of. But I also find myself dreaming arguably bigger than I can probably back it up. I find myself always thinking about like the what ifs and what could I do and what could I be. I feel like it gets me in more trouble than it's arguably worth. I feel like it ends up hurting me most of the time. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Without dreaming and hoping, I don't really know what I would be or who I would want to be. Even now, I'm still trying to figure it out. So I guess if there's anything to glean from this whole conversation as a whole, like, it's okay if you guys are still figuring things out. So am I. I'm not fully sure what I want to be, who I'm going to be, and where I'm going to be, any of the stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out too. Some people definitely figure it out much quicker, but me, not so much. Also, you got here remarkably fast. This painting isn't working. What? I like it. Thanks. This park is special to me, but I don't think I'm going to impress anyone with these. Hey, I'm impressed. I mean, like, leave an impression on anyone. I have to show people that I'm achieving something worthwhile, like academically. Okay. I heard there's a graveyard in the shadow of the mountain. I'm gonna try that next. Am I this raccoon? Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but like hearing the raccoon say that like kind of stung a bit. Like that's exactly it. Yeah, I think that's it. Gosh, like I don't know now. Now I've been put on the spot and I feel kind of like embarrassed. I guess just in general, I've always just wanted to prove that I could be something and do something. And I've always struggled to figure out what that something was. And it's always been a really rough thing for me because like I can't help but dream and hope that there's more for me out there, but nothing yet. Are you painting in the rain? Yep. Is that possible? I'm trying. I don't have a lot of time. The exhibition is next week. Oh, okay. Nothing has been working so far. I finally got invited to show my work in the city, but everyone there is doing amazing contemporary work. I don't know if I can keep up, but your stuff is beautiful. You know who is curating the event? Ian Artsworth. Famous contemporary artist Ian Artsworth. He personally invited me to participate. And I'm gonna show up with my boring landscapes. And he's gonna take a look at them and whisper, this fails to resonate with me. And probably karate chop them in half. What? He won't do that. He could. He's also a black belt. So it's definitely possible. But you're right. Trying to paint here is useless. Maybe I have better luck at Outlook Point. Gosh, I don't know. It's certainly a tricky subject. It's tricky for me. There's something in my heart that kind of pings with sympathy that even though it's a fictional character, there's someone out there that totally understands how I'm feeling right now. I think just in general, I've hit that age. I hit that point in my life where everyone I know is accomplishing stuff. They're going to college, starting families, doing all these great things, and it's incredibly hard to not feel like I'm falling behind. And there they are. Whoa! This is really good! I love it! Oh, hey. I like it too, but can't use this. Outlook Point has been painted to death. Has it? You got such a cool style. Thanks, but it's just a landscape painting. This isn't bringing anything new to the table. I want people to feel something when they look at my work. But I feel something. When I look at it, it makes me happy. If I had that on my wall, I'd look at it every day and it would make every day better. Really? Yes. I live out in the city. I love this city, but it's got none of this. You were invited to this show, right? They invited you because they know your work is good. I'm sure they want to see this too. I don't know. I need to think about this. I'm gonna find something new to paint. Maybe. I should head back to where I started. Oh gosh, I'm not sure where you started, honestly. Oops, that's not it. I think I saw you back down over this way, maybe? I mean, if anything, I'm sure I'll stumble into you again. I kind of have that feeling like I'm looking in a mirror right now. That's the best way I can describe it at this very moment. I feel like I'm seeing a reflection of myself, albeit in a more raccoony form, expressing the exact same thoughts that I've been feeling and all the fears I've been feeling. I was planning on hiking to Hawk Peak, but the path suddenly got really steep. Do you think it's climbable? Well, it would be if I had a golden feather. Apparently they sell them at the visitor center. And what do you have to say? Hi. Hi! Are you okay? Not really. I'm supposed to run a marathon race today, but I lost my lucky headband. I've worn it to every race I've ever run. I don't know if I could race without it. Where do you lose it? Somewhere in Blackwood Forest, I think. I could take a look for you. Really? You'd do that for me? Sure. Exclamation point! It's a red headband. I can give you a reward. I could give you a pair of running shoes. Don't you need those yourself? Well, I just got sponsored by this shoe company. They gave me like 10 pairs. Whoa! Congrats! Oh, thanks. But, let me know if you see a red headband. I'll definitely try and keep an eye out. I thought I saw something maybe sparkling here in the forest, but I could be wrong. It could just be a trick of the light, really. But I'll try my best to keep an eye out for anything even closely resembling a red headband. You know, if I could be quite honest with you guys, I don't really know what to do. I kind of feel similar to that raccoon in that sense. I want to do something that really amazes people, and I'm grateful for like the journey I've had thus far and the discoveries that I made so far, and all the opportunities that have been presented towards me. But I also feel rather, I guess, stuck. Hey, you. Oh, weird question, but where'd you get that headband? I don't know. I've had it for ages. Why? Well, I was just talking to this rabbit, and she said she lost her headband somewhere in the forest. Oh, you mean Sue? Maybe? I didn't get her name. She was really worried about it, though. She said it was lucky and needs it to race. I'm supposed to race her later today. She's so talented, I've been really looking forward to it. What if I gave you mine? I'm pretty sure it's the same kind. Maybe she wouldn't notice? Oh, but then it wouldn't be lucky? I don't know. Just take it. See if she wants it. Found a headband. Wow. How sweet of you. I mean, while I'm still here in the woods, I'll try and see if maybe by some chance I do end up finding it. I kind of doubt it now, but maybe that was what they wanted me to do. I don't mean to sound bleak. I don't mean to sound miserable. I just want to preface that like just ahead of time before like things get like really sad, I want to say. But I definitely feel stuck sometimes with this, like with what I'm doing with my life, what I'm doing with the channel, what I'm doing with everything. And I could definitely understand how that raccoon's feeling, because like even with just the YouTube channel itself, I don't really feel like I'm doing anything new. At best, I'm just retreading on old grounds. At worst, I'm quite literally uncreative. There's nothing new that I'm doing. And I find it really hard to accept that I could do and I have the potential to do more than what I am right now. And sometimes it really gets me down. Sometimes it really bums me out, because like as much as I would love to try and make this work per se, as much as I would love to continue doing YouTube, I also feel kind of like crushed at the same time, because I feel like I don't really feel like I'm doing anything new. I'm not really doing anything that is really going to amaze anybody. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I have what it takes. I did not mean to dig a hole on you. I'm so sorry. Any luck finding my headband yet? Well, found this. That's not it. The sweat stains aren't in the right place. Ew. Where did you find this? Actually, the turtle gave it to me. They said you could have it. They're looking forward to the race and didn't want you to miss it. What? Really? Taylor the turtle? They're like the regional champion? This headband has to be like at least twice as lucky. Possibly even quadruple lucky. Okay, I'll take it. I'm so pumped. Take these running shoes. You found running shoes. You can hold X to run with them. However, just keep in mind that running requires golden feathers. Hey, nice. I appreciate that this game has multiple different ways to do movement abilities, just in case you're someone that doesn't want to, like, fly all the time or climb all the time. I gave it to her. So she's back in the race? Yes. Awesome. I'm glad I could help. Aw, you guys are so sweet. It only just now dawned upon me that it's like the tortoise and the hare kind of situation, which makes it extra endearing. And somehow, yet again, ironically, I find myself back with my aunt. Sure is a nice day. I love it here, you know. Yeah, it's nice. The city's pretty good too, though. Got cool events, great food, and also cell phone reception. We'll get reception soon, you know. They're building a new radio tower. Oh, that'll be nice. That definitely would be nice. But we'll probably have to take care of that situation in the very distant future. So, thank you guys for watching this video. It means a lot. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.